Yeah, I don't have one of those.
Yeah.
Or you can use a program similar. I don't know. I know there is programs. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but
I know that the Streamlabs, so what you hate, Streamlabs, they have an app for my phone that I could do that shit with.
yeah.
I think Elements does that too.
Oh, I
I,
can hear myself. I can hear myself.
I was waiting for it to go live so I could not hear myself.
Fizz, did you get a haircut?
I said yes.
Yep.
Well, I'm
I had
only
to make
looking at them
myself
on stream,
presentable.
so.
Where did you wait? What? I missed something. Somebody just said something and I didn't hear it. Either that or somebody in my apartment.
Oh, that's scary.
All right.
Just goes.
You don't want to check?
Do I want to check? No.
We'll watch the stream and see if anyone shows up behind you.
So the only door to get in is over there. Okay.
Because we can totally see back there.
Well, if there's a light comes from where my hand is, somebody just walked in because the hallway's lit. So if that door lights up, I'm about to die. Or I've been swatted. Other than that, I'm not checking shit. Because that means there's, something else. I'm on the 3rd floor. Nobody's climbing in my window.
Spider-Man.
Oh, God. Well,
Famous
also,
last words.
There's the screens and the
nobody's
windows
gonna come
are
through my
locked.
window.
I remember,
so how'd they get in? It looks like they came in through his window.
So my mom said that she lived in the Bronx and she was in a building. She was on the 8th floor, and she said the same thing. Nobody's gonna ever come in the thing. We're up on the 8th floor. Blah blah blah. A guy literally climbed onto the porch because he was trying to get into his apartment, and he somehow got locked out. So he climbed from porch to porch to porch. Ended up at my mom's, knocking on the door.
That's fantastic, and that dude is absolutely fucking insane. 8 stories up, hopping balconies, trying to find someone who's home.
Not me. No, I sat on the porch calling somebody, but I guess he left his phone inside too. All right. Anyway, hi everyone. It's us. Another adventure with the bards, and when we last left off, actually, one of you tell us what happened last. Roll some d20s. Oh, look, it's Furied.
I don't know what happened. Oh, wait. We got 2 new roadies, I think. Because we were at the Red Brands hangout at their bar, which I forgot what the name was.
Sleeping Giant.
Sure. So we were there, and we slowly mostly murdered / no, just murdered. And then we recruited 2 more people, 2 more bandits.
Yeah, okay. Let's not be so loose with the word recruited. You captured 2 other people.
Oh, and I almost died.
Yes, you almost died, but
that's why I'm prone.
Yes.
No, you should be up now because you did get the.
Yeah, I'm taking it off.
Okay, but I was,
we did heal you enough to get back up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
but I mean, as far as recruit, as in the definition of, we looked at them, or some people in the group looked at them and goes, "You're part of our band now." That's
something along those lines happened.
Well, Fabio was doing his best to try to convince them to join the band.
And it worked.
Well, no, he just decided he didn't want to die because you were murdering everyone, so he surrendered. And he thinks that it'll help him pick up chicks.
Oh, that's right, because the dude that
bass guitarist.
Yeah, that's right. The guy joined the Red Whatevers because he thought he would get lucky.
Yes, he thought it was going to help him get lucky, and now Fabio has convinced him that a band is a better way to go.
Way to go, Fabio. It's all about
Better
love
get
and
him
not
a
war.
life jacket for all the women he's about to start drowning in.
Do you remember his name?
No.
It was
Bassist?
Steve.
It wasn't Steve. I think it was Charlie.
You don't even remember his name.
That's
I
why I
don't
was
think
at.
he had a name.
No, he had a name because I used it, but I would have to watch the stream to remember. I think it was.
Yeah, you used it because they were yelling at him because he's like, "There's this many." No, is what you heard.
Don't you do it? And I think his name was Charlie because it was pretty like just a normal name. Anyway, so you have the two red brands. Also, you have a crowd of people from the town watching you. Most of them are hiding. Well, they were hiding behind like hay bales or wagons or in the streets behind corners. And as you dispatch the red brands, several of them have like stepped out and are approaching cautiously towards you, except for two individuals. One you recognize, and that's Sildar. Sildar, he looks like he has at least washed. He's wearing a cloak. He looks more of the warrior that he claimed to be. He's also basically walking behind a very flustered, heavy-set gentleman that is shouting, "What is the meaning of this?" as he's looking around at the bodies on the ground.
We dispatched the rival band. They were a band, right?
By at least one definition, I guess, yes.
What? What? Hey, no. I need to know what's happened here.
Technically, they started it.
He's looking around at the bodies and he knows some of their faces, and you could see, like, he looks at you. He says, "These are members of our town, young lads that you have slain. What is the meaning of this?" And he turns to Sildar and he says, "So, arrest them." Sildar's like, "No."
Wait. The meaning of this, as Fabio comes out from inside the bar, and I put my hand on the shoulder of the new bass guitarist and be like, the meaning of this is, a while back when we first entered this town, we heard of the Red Brands and their tyrannical reign and grasp on this town. We recruited this young fine gentleman beside me to infiltrate them from the inside, get knowledge deep of their inner workings. He finally gave us the secret signal this morning, and we just had to come. His cover was so close to being blown. We marched up here with the crowd, and I called out to him, with our secret code word, and then they just attacked, and it was on. They even look at the poor guitarist, bloodied, bruised, beaten.
Oh,
They meant
I'm
to
so
kill.
pitiful.
We had to defend.
It makes it sound less not our fault. Less like they started it, more like we started it. But...
So, would you like to roll a performance check?
No, we're not
Sure, I probably have skills.
Actually, there's some deception in there because you haven't met Charlie until like 5 minutes ago. And you are claiming that he is a
secret agent.
Right, yeah, he's your informant. Charlie, while you're telling the story, is like looking around. He just kind of goes, "Hey."
He's the true hero here. He should be celebrated. So, do you want either or?
How different are they?
They are the same for me.
So, yeah, I would say performance. Because I have a feeling you believe what you're saying. Oh my goodness. So you're going on, and he's just looking at you, and you could tell, like, with every word, he is getting more and more beet red, and the eyebrows up. He's squinting at you. He's like, "This is preposterous." He says, "Is any of this true?" Charlie goes, "Uh huh." He's like, turns like towards Shildar, and it's like, do you know what they are talking about? I want them arrested." He's like, why? And says, "The Red
So I
Brands have
think
been
when
giving you
you're
problems. They took care of your problems. You were just complaining about this to me not 20 minutes ago. It
we
seems
were
like,
told that they were causing issues for the people here financially and otherwise.
well, but he like looks around. You could see he's counting. He says, "But there's just going to be a retaliation. You
They
mark
can
my
do it.
words. Retaliation." And he like starts to stomp away.
Does he speak for them?
Speak for who?
The red people. He's promising their retaliation like he speaks for them.
Well, so Shildar watches him walk away, and he like turns towards you. He says, "No, but from what I've gathered is they will look for revenge."
Mm.
Like, fear does this to people. And he basically runs off chasing after the heavyset gentleman that never gave his name.
Was he important?
Who are you asking?
Oh no, she's just saying this out loud. You
Oh.
know, pondering.
A small child will actually come up and like look around, and he's just staring at the bodies, and you could see that he's just in awe, and he's like looking up at all of you.
I'm trying to remember if he's looking at the ones outside, they're not as bad as the ones that are inside.
No, he's not going inside.
Oh nope, there's one body that's really bad because the dog kept chewing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would eventually see that one. He does overhear your question though, guitarist, and he'll look at like without looking at you, he'll just answer. He says, "That's wait, what the hell is his name? Oh, the town master. Sorry." He said, "Are they really, really like gone, dead?"
Who? What?
Them.
Well,
I mean, if they
well,
stood me up, I'd be
they,
greatly concerned at this point.
while they may rest forever, they are never truly gone. They live on in the hearts and minds and in the songs and stories that will be told.
Look at it, they're
All
all
who that they have witnessed them shall remember them. In essence, no one ever truly goes until they are forgotten.
just. I had the urge to just tell the kid that, oh, they're just sleeping.
He's just looking at Fabio blinking. Like, huh?
I mean, you can always just remember them. They're never gone as long as you remember.
Even guitarist is kind of looking at Fabio like, what?
Sorry, I'm on call, so I have to pay attention to the damn phone.
Yeah, that's fine.
He'll like look at all of you and say something along the lines. It's like, wait till Pip hears about this. And he kind of like backs away and then turns and runs down the road.
Who's Pip?
Who's that?
I believe
Who are these
people
people?
are. I believe we left the goblins were looting bodies. The last I recall, as well, right?
Yep,
Plus, we had tied a person up in the inn.
Right, there's one guy inside the sleeping giant tied up. Charlie's outside, kind of tied up. No,
Oh yeah, the
No,
goblins
he's
didn't
not.
do a very good job.
He's not.
Right.
I didn't bother tying him back up.
Right, so he's just standing there holding the rope. And then the goblins are running around like looting bodies. Every now and then they go to a live body, and one of the townspeople are like, "Ooh, back!"
This is ours. This is our loot.
No. The townspeople are shooing the goblins away. They're trying to loot the live people standing around.
Oh, okay.
Pocket them.
Like, yeah, they're very good at their looting job, and every now and then they will try to like loot a townsfolk.
No, I mean, you gotta give them props for initiative.
Yeah, they're just doing their best.
Rhodey, Chody, come on, back down. Only the ones that are laying down right here.
Oh, okay, boss. Boss? I don't know.
I'm the guitarist.
Guitarist. Yes. Okay. And they go back to doing what they were doing.
Of
I'm
course.
gonna bring the dude that was inside just outside, so he's not out of sight from everyone. Even though I'm sure Vin here was watching.
Okay. So he is tied up. As soon as you bring him outside, he like kind of jerks towards Charlie, like tries to kick him. He's like, "You son of a bitch!" And Vin will latch onto his leg and shake him a little bit and start barking at him. And you can see the crowd many people in the crowd jump back, realizing there's still more alive and it might not be over. With that, you see a young boy. Actually, you see 3 young boys. One of them was the one that was just talking to all of you. Kind of come running back up the road from the south. Two of them are human. One of them is much shorter, with bare feet and like fuzzy tops.
Fuzzy tops.
Halfling.
It's one of my kind.
And the 3 of them are just standing there like children, boys do, looking at the dead bodies.
You know, just your average boy looking at dead bodies.
In my head, I was thinking of the movie Stand By Me. That they go on the great adventure to find the dead bodies.
It was Sildar was his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Sildar went after the town master. So he went to the east. The boys came from the south. The crowd is standing around in the road, and you guys are basically at the sleeping giant. So you're just standing in the road there. And then the goblins, they have pretty much taken, like, they're taking boots off these bodies.
Oh, I guess we didn't give him a limit on that, right?
Yeah, so they're undressing the bodies.
I mean, they don't need them. And I mean, are we going to have them being buried or burned? What are we going to do with the bodies?
There's a priestess in the town center, or at least some lady taking care of a shrine. We could ask her what they do with the dead here. I didn't see a cemetery on the way in. Or chase after Sildor. I mean, eventually we're going to need a prison for
I was going to say this
other guy.
I'll ask one of the other. I guess I'll just ask Charlie if he knows if there's like a small prison or something.
So, as you guys are asking your questions, a female voice does say, "We bury our dead here." Charlie says, "Under the town master's hall, there's a cell."
Which I take it is to the east, where the townmaster stormed off to.
Yes. Actually, you've seen it. It was across the street from the Lion Shield Coster. You just avoided it.
Seems like a legitimate place to avoid.
Too much paperwork. We don't like this.
That guy seemed. I'm glad after our first dealings with that guy, I'm okay with not, not intentionally dealing with him. But I guess I will escort the dude that's tied up to try to take him to the jail cell, because the other option is, not no longer being or joining his friends would be the only other option.
All right, so the guy you have tied up is cursing at Charlie. He's basically, "You son of a bitch. I hope you die. If I ever get out, I'm going to kill you. That was my friend. That's my cousin." Like, all kinds of nonsense. Charlie's just like, "Whatever, dude."
Should we slap him? I feel like he needs to be slapped for the slander against our bassist.
There's also the female who just said, "We bury our dead here," is moving amongst you. So she is actually heading to the closest dead body and kneeling down over it. You immediately notice she is an elven woman. Young, but elven nonetheless. You can see the ears. She is also dressed as a priestess of Tamora. Excuse me.
That's a pretty relatively known deity in this area, right?
Mm-hmm. She is the goddess of luck and good fortune.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a well-known deity for us.
Yeah. Yeah, she's one of the primaries. Like, so she is basically going down, checking the dead, and you hear her whispering maybe like a last rite.
Mm-hmm.
She actually will shoo the goblins away.
That's fair.
Oh, okay, that's understandable. Yeah.
She's like,
Ready, Teddy, just come here. Just come here. Leave her alone.
yeah, they're immediately like looking to pull out scimitars, and you're like, "Rody, Toady, stop!" They're like, "Huh?" But you told us.
I know. It's okay. Just come back here.
She says something along the lines of, "Take their pouches, but I will not have you leave them naked in the street." You two. She points to two middle-aged gentlemen. They look like farmers. She says, "Help me bring these bodies to the shrine so they can be prepared." He says, "Yes, sister. We'll get a wagon." And one of them runs off towards, it looks like a homestead in this cluster to the south of houses.
I just continue to, escort my guy, and I threaten him and tell him to shut up because I don't want to hear it.
All right, so you walk to the Townmaster's Hall. Are you two going with him, or are you going to stay there and keep crowd control on what's going on there? Because there is
Guitars will stay with Rhodey and Toady because they listen to her,
okay.
and she's fairly sure that if need to, she could take them out with a guitar string.
Okay. All right.
I should have had a whip. That would have been cool.
Okay.
I can hand you my whip.
She's gonna be shopping.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so you are staying there, basically controlling the scene with Rhodey and Toady. Fabio, where are you going, or what are you doing?
I will go with drummer, me, Vin, drummer, and yeah, we'll escort that gentleman.
Okay, so you're going with drummer. Okay. All right. So you three, well, four, because you're taking Charlie with you, right, drummer?
Sure.
Okay. So the four of you march off to Townmaster's Hall, and guitars, you stay there with Rhodey, Toady. Vin went with Fabio. So, after going to all the bodies, the female elf will stand up, turn, and look at you, and she says, "Well met, Sister Gariel. And you might be?"
Oh, I'm the guitarist of the Fallen Towers.
Ah, welcome to Fandlin.
Thank you.
I
It,
see.
it was a long time getting here, with a few bumps and some broken stuff and stolen stuff, and there's a few skirmishes, and then we found goblins and we got goblins.
As you're talking to her, she is checking your wounds. Like, she kind of like just jumps in and like turns your chin to the side to check your neck, but she's looking at your wounds and where the blood is.
And guitarist is totally cool with it, and she's just gonna keep talking, kind of babbling about the whole journey, and then talk about how, um, you know, we were here, sent on a mission. Daddy Rocker Seeker was gonna get us this sweet gig, but then he got disappeared, and he got kidnapped, and there's something about the crazy spider, and it just, I don't know, something about a castle. Just rambling, just absolutely rambling, recapping the entire journey.
And like a doctor, she's listening to you, going, "Mm-hmm. I see." She does take interest in Daddy Rockseeker. She says, "You mean the Rockseeker brothers?"
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess he's not really like a daddy, more like an uncle. I mean, he gets me things, he helps me out, make sure, I have plenty of food and clothing, and I don't go hungry, and I have a roof over my head.
Oh, I see. Dwarves. And you hear her like mumble that under her breath, something about dwarves and their adoptions. She says, "Well, I believe that you and your group have done a service," and she does look down at the bodies, "but I think you may be in danger."
Will Robinson.
And guitarist just, looks at her, blinks with like these big, wide, innocent eyes. What?
Um, the Red Brands have been harassing the citizens of this town for some time, and this is only a small grouping of them. As she says that, she actually lays a heal on you.
Cool.
Cure light wounds is 1d8, right?
Uh, Maybe?
It's like
I don't have
1d8
that
plus
one.
whatever her thing is, right? Oh, I rolled a 7, so that would be 11 points.
Okay.
So you're down to 2.
So okay.
She doesn't have to actually have the spell on her, so I just rolled a dice.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
1d8 plus modifier.
Okay, cool. So while she's talking, she heals you. She says a little prayer for you. She says, "Perhaps once you deal with, finish your dealings with the Red Brands, I might have some tasks for you." And she basically follows the group of men that she has, like, had gather up the bodies as they take them to the center of town to be prepared.
Huh. What an interesting person.
I don't know. She took our bodies.
What were we gonna do with the bodies? That was cleanup. That was easy for us. We didn't have to do anything.
Oh.
You guys need to learn how to work smarter, not harder.
You heard her.
Like he thought of that.
So they start pushing each other and basically walking off following her.
Oh wait, where y'all going?
Wait, we're not going anywhere?
Oh, well, I mean, guitarist is looking around, seeing that the bodies are gone, and Vin, where's Vin?
Vin had went
Vin's
with
with
Fabio.
us.
Oh, okay. It's like, well, I think we should probably meet up with the rest of the band. Band meeting afterwards.
Okay. So most of the crowd has dispersed. They followed the sister from Timor.
Mm-hmm.
Her name, for some reason, I always say is Garielle.
Yeah.
But like I will botch it because something.
We'll say Gabrielle. Her name now is Gabrielle.
No, it's Garielle.
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle works better though. All right. Anyway, so most of the townspeople and adults have followed. What you have left is there are a group of kids. And as the adults leave, the group of kids get a little bit more emboldened and start creeping out. Some of them want to go into the sleeping giant. And the goblins turn around, like, are looking at them. And he says,
Oh, wait. Did we loot the bodies in the sleeping giant yet?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those bodies were being brought out. Like, the town immediately kind of, whatever Sister Gabrielle told them to do, they immediately jumped on it. She is the town cleric. So.
Got a lot of power.
It's a decent amount.
A lot of sway over these people here. Very interesting.
Yeah, she could. So the boys are like watching. The goblins are counting like coins out. And
Taras will teach them how to count coins properly.
Yeah, because they're like 1, 1, 1, 1.
Yeah. Of course.
Now, how many times did you say 1? 6 times. What?
I guess Taras did say she would teach them how to count. We'll work on that.
Okay. So they have gathered. So it was about 12. It was about 12 gold coins, but it was a mix. So there was some silver, some copper. I'm just rounding it up to 12 coins. Some shoelaces, a belt, a mug.
Very thorough if you're gathering, guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it looks like they pretty much gathered anything that caught their fancy. So yeah, there's a half a deck of playing cards. One of the shirts that they managed to get before anybody realized.
They got a shirt off of one of them?
Yeah, they got a shirt off of one of them. So
hey, who knows? I mean, the guy could have been bare-chested to show off the ladies his
no,
beer gut.
They
belly,
took
I
it.
don't know. Well, no, I'm saying that the reasoning why one of the corpses was half naked.
But yeah, they hand you like handfuls of coins and they start pulling them out like from their pockets, some tucked in their boots. Oh yeah, you do notice that Toady is wearing a new pair of boots.
Did they fit him?
No, not at all. He probably could put his whole body in one, but he is wearing 2.
I mean, they're his boots now. Probably should get you guys some backpacks to have your own little your own separate share of the loot. Yeah. Like that half deck of cards, all yours, buddy. All yours.
Like Grody leans into Toady and says something like, "These humans are so different. We get loot." He's like, I'm so glad we took this job.
Takes a few steps and also, trips over the oversized boots.
Right, waiting for that to happen. Not my fault, not my issue. And also, the coins that they got, she will take a copper and give each one a copper. It's like, look, splitting loot because you're part of the band.
What do we do with it? I don't know. Put it away.
I did before she takes it back.
They like secret the coins on their persons in various ways. Toady will put it in his boot.
That works.
He'll just like later just drops it in there. No, it doesn't.
So when he walks, you can hear a thack, the coin going around.
Yeah,
like definitely loose inside the boot.
Eventually, he's gonna the boot's gonna be lopsided. He's gonna be like limping because one has all the coins.
That'd be funny.
He's gonna develop leg muscles more on one side than the other.
If he takes off the boot, he just walks in a circle.
It's kind of sad.
Um. So as you guys are like finishing up, the children get like kind of like they're really close to you, and they say, Are you gonna take out the rest of them?"
Well, I mean, if they're going to be opposing bands and we're going to battle the bands, yeah, of course.
Battle of the bands. The kids
I mean,
obviously are
I want my
confused.
band to be the best band.
Well, so because band and brand sounds very similar, the kids are like, "So wait, what's your brand name?"
Oh, we're the Fallen Towers.
The Fallen Tower brand. Doesn't have the same ring to it. The halfling child is like, he kind of like elbows him. He says, "So, do you, well, are you, you, uh, do you, what, are you gonna go to their hideout next?"
Hideout? What do you mean hideout?
He kind of like covers his mouth. The other kids are like looking at him like, they don't know.
I thought this was the place that they frequent.
Oh, no. And they all kind of turn and look to the west.
Is Gandalf on the ridge? Is it the third day?
You keep your secrets. Anyway, shifting to the two of you. All right. So the policing pair that has taken the two red brands to the town master, you kind of go down the road to the west, circle around, you head into that big red roofed building. The entrance is
Wait, more to the west? Didn't
They
you say I was looking towards the west and now they're at the west?
No, you're looking towards the east.
Oh, okay.
If I said west, I misspoke. They look towards the east.
Then again, I could have already forgotten and thought you said west.
I could have, but so they head to the west towards the center of town. They're basically, you go into this two-story building, stout structure. Most of it's made out of stone except for the roof. When you walk in, you hear arguing. The town master and Shildar are standing at a table having a back and forth conversation. Most of the yelling is coming from the town master, and Shildar is basically telling him, "You need to calm down." He says, "Town master, they're helping in their own strange way. I haven't quite figured them out, but
No one will.
wow, I just completely drew a blank on the dwarf's name."
Gundren?
Yes,
Yeah.
Rock Seekers. The Rock Seeker brothers held them in high regard. There's something about them. They may be strange. He's like, they're fools. At this, you guys all walk in and they kind of look over at you. The town master immediately turns beet red. Shildar just kind of says, we were just speaking about you. Come in.
We brought a prisoner and a hero.
Charlie goes, huh? Who?
Yeah, this is one that actually, well, this one that I'm actually surrendered, so I figured we are told that there's some type of a jail cell or something here.
Oh, we can't jail him here. That'll just bring the Red Brand's wrath down on us.
So, I mean, there's really only one other option because he's already threatened people when we walked over here.
So Shildar is actually gonna kind of lean in and say something to the town master, and you guys hear him because he doesn't say it low, but he does lean in like he's trying to be secretive. He says, "Lord Wester, it's time to take a stand. Put the man in the cell. Put them both in a cell, and let them handle it."
May I suggest putting them in separate cells, or you would end up probably with one dead person, one more dead person.
I don't think they have separate cells. I have to check. Hold on.
Well, I mean, you only need to put one in a cell. This other one, he's with us.
He
Is
didn't
he?
actually do anything.
Charlie. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
with us.
There's a small but serviceable jail cell, but there's only one.
Then I would suggest locking this one up because the other one didn't.
Oh no, wait.
Honest.
I'm lying. The next line actually says consists of 2 cells. Why did it say there was only one? That's so dumb. All right, so there are 2 cells, so they can't lock them both up. And I suppose
It is up to them to determine that one's innocence, right? He was part of the group.
well, yes. Charlie goes, I was, but I ain't dying for them. I'll tell you whatever you need to know.
Of course not. You're our informant. You're one of us.
I'm not sure what an informant is, but yeah, as long as it keeps me out of jail. I don't want to die in the gallows. The other one is like, you son of a bitch! They're gonna find you, Charlie, and they're gonna make you pay. All of you are gonna pay.
Tasha's hideous laughter on him, so he just shuts up.
I mean, you can't dodge it. You
Yeah,
could just.
that's just gonna make him sound like he's crazy because he's just gonna start laughing.
I don't have anything else to stop him from doing that.
You don't have like a
that
sock
doesn't
stuck in
kill
his
him.
mouth? Oh,
So what do? Just like touch him on the forehead and like hit him with the spell?
What is it?
I don't even think you have to touch him. I think you just got a verbal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's only verbal. It's verbal, semantic. It's everything, but I don't actually have to touch him. No.
Okay, and it's a save.
Wisdom 13 save.
I feel like he's just going to fail, but I will roll it. Or actually force it. Remember, it's Ruffian 7.
They're not on the tracker, so I can't.
There you go. Oh, wait. I clicked on it.
Who's there? Oh, there he is. Okay.
I clicked on it. I double clicked on it.
that's why we can't have nice things.
Oh my god. He succeeded.
Oh, nice.
Like you go, Tasha's hideous.
I was so irritated, so I just told a half-assed joke, so it didn't even remotely land. And
everybody in the room is looking at you now, like, what?
I just look at him. If you don't be quiet, I'm gonna have to whisper a few words to you.
I believe he has saw somebody die from your words.
He has seen 2 people die from me whispering.
I think he's seen a couple people die from words.
No, he saw one because he was inside. Roll me intimidation, but roll it with advantage because of the threat.
Okay.
And he's like, Charlie, you mother... Well, actually, there was the pause because of your weird joke, and then he goes back to, you're all gonna die. The Red Brands are gonna burn this town to the ground. And then you roll your... Wow, my dude.
Awful roll?
You roll 2 3s.
Nice.
So he, like, again, you're like, you need to stop or I'm going to whisper some words to you. He's like, whisper some words to me? Fine. Go ahead and whisper some words to me. I don't care. Everybody here is going to die. The town master is definitely stressing out, beads of perspiration. He's breathing heavy. He is a portly gentleman, so he is not healthy as it is, and he keeps dabbing his face with a handkerchief like, this is not good. This is not good. And Shildar is like, you should do something. And all of a sudden, there's a loud crack. And dude just crumples to the floor.
Alive still?
Maybe? Standing behind him.
That doesn't sound very good.
Standing behind him, holding basically a club, a chunk of wood in his hand, is Charlie. He's like, I thought he would never shut up.
Me too.
Oh, and he kind of like throws the wood on the thing and like wraps the ropes around his hands again. Sorry.
Oh.
Shildar and the
Oh.
Townmaster are just like a mouth agape, looking. Uh, he
See how
pulls a
good
key over his head.
absolute asset.
Pulls a key on basically a strip of leather over his head. Hands it to Shildar and says, "You need to see to this. Place them in the cell. What am I going to do with you?"
With us?
Yes, you have
Oh.
you're kicking a hornet's nest. How do you intend to deal with it?
The same way we deal with everything.
I don't know you, young man. You're new to Phandalin, even though you say you've been here putting informants in place. I don't rightly believe you. So,
Well, we did bring the shop
I
back
cast
all of their
minor
goods.
illusion and change my face
to what?
to look more not like Fabio, to show him that I can go anywhere in disguise. He doesn't actually know how long I've been here.
I wasn't sure if you were trying to like look like somebody he recognized. And then Drummer, what did you say while he did that?
I just said that we did bring back the shop all their goods. I just can't for the life of me remember the name of the shop, even though we were sponsored.
Lion Shield Costers.
Lion Shield Costers, great place to go for shopping and all the adventures needs.
Second commercial.
Where we got all our best gear.
So you say, listen, we brought all the stuff back, and you change your face and just look at him. And he looks at you as you change your face, and you could see like terror. And then you can also see that glint of like, I may have an idea.
Oh boy.
A new gig.
So he's looking at two of you and the dog. Shildar is taking Charlie and the other one. Charlie's helping Shildar like carry him downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Seems like a thing Charlie would do.
Yeah. And then so they leave the room, and the Townmaster looks at you and he has that glint in his eye. He says, "Fine. Deal with the Red Brands and their threat, and I might have work for you."
We'd like work.
I look at Fabio and go, "Hey, look, we're already getting more gigs lined up."
Wait, hold on a second.
Damn.
Yes. Hi.
Right on the stream.
4.
I think he is on the stream talking.
Well, the DM's taken a little break there.
So we still need to. So we have to take. Well, I guess presumably take care of the Red Brand soon. We still have to go find and deal with Spider in some fashion to get our deity back, and then possibly have other jobs lined up after that.
Yeah, just keep rolling from one gig to the next. This is great. And they always said, you gotta sometimes go into the rural areas to truly get your grassroots start, and I think they were right. This was a good choice. So
nice town for gigs.
This is a good town for gigs, honestly. More gigs in like the 2 days.
It's weird. They always say
around.
that you usually have to go to the big towns for gigs, right? Killing it in this small town.
Less competition here. I mean, in the other towns, we had to audition and all this stuff, and people said they would give us a call back, but they never sent a messenger. Here it's like, oh, we finish one, and someone's like, oh, we got another one.
Right?
I like this place.
I just like to feel that we just started having this conversation while the town master's like.
Where are these people in relation to you?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're staring at me.
Sounds a little serious over there.
But I figure where she's just sitting there planning, and we just start having a conversation.
All right.
Plus, there's this
So everything's
Blackstaff
fine
character they were yelling at.
Oh yeah.
Like, who's Blackstaff
Okay.
or Glassstaff?
Because it's
And
Wednesday, and I'm.
Oh,
playing
that's right.
video-
They were yelling for someone to come or to get
Yes,
someone.
you're on
It didn't
stream
work
right now.
out.
What? No, it's this one. Yeah.
Probably his daughter.
Probably.
All right. I will call you when I'm done. Bye.
What? No, I love you. Bye.
What?
What?
She's a teenager.
No, you should always tell your kids I love you. Bye.
I tell them I love you all the time. All right. That was funny. She just answered the phone and just started rambling and telling me this crazy story. And I'm listening and I'm going, okay, where are these people right now? Like in relationship to you? And she's like, no, this happened earlier today. I'm just catching you up.
Okay. Because it's like one of those D&D moments where it's like you start talking about it and like, are you guys whispering? Have you walked away from who you're talking about?
Right. I'm like, okay. Anyway, she was like, oh, I was like, you're on stream right now. It's just like, wait, today's Wednesday. Yes. Sorry. And she hung up the phone on me. Okay. So where was I? Because I totally lost my train of thought. You two.
He had a glimmer in his eye and a thought, and that's kind of where that was.
Yes. He wants you to end the Red Brand threat, and they may have more work for you.
That's right. More gigs, yes.
Okay. But he is not totally thrilled with like the fact that you have. He still thinks you are creating problems, but there's no arguing with the results. You did clear out the sleeping giant, so eventually, guitarist and Rhodey and Toady will walk in. Oh wait, no, they were talking to the children. Sorry, you didn't walk away from the children. See, again, totally lost my train of thought. But Shildar will come back upstairs from the cells, and he hands Harbin the key. So town master's name will eventually be made clear to you. His name is Harbin Wester.
All right. I guess.
All right. So are you two gonna discuss anything else?
I guess we would just ask where the rest of them are if there's more of them.
Shildar.
Blackstaff.
Glass staff.
Who?
Glass staff? Is that what? Yeah, there's someone that they were trying to get the attention of or thinking about running to get, and it didn't really
So
go.
Saying Glassstaff will kill us all. That
So-
kind of stuff.
Shildar has no idea. He looks totally lost when you ask that question. But you could see the color just drain from Wester's face when you say it. He says, the name just we think it's their leader. But nobody's ever seen him. Nobody knows who he is.
Well, the guy downstairs seemed to have known who he was, but
Who?
the one that we brought in that's locked up, he's one of the ones that was trying to get him or run after to him.
Yeah. Well, if he's their leader, he is all powerful. But
Okay.
perhaps it's good that you arrested them then before they brought him down upon us. This is not good. He starts pacing back and forth. Back to guitarist. Guitarist, are you there? Because I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm here.
Steps
Okay.
in.
Well, I can't see you, so I just got to check. Okay, so back to guitarist. You're standing there with the children, and they all look towards the east. In the east, you see that the road goes away from where you were at the Sleeping Giant and trails up a hill. On top of the hill, you see what appears to be ruins.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all looking that way.
So guitarist will kind of look at all their faces and slowly turn her head towards the direction they're looking and see these ruins and like kind of lean forward and squint. Is that a building? Is that like some weird underground venue that's like only the cool bands play at?
I don't know about cool bands, but the red brands, they we we think they have a hideout there. Right? Right.
How do
Carp.
you know this?
Carp.
Are y'all like VIPs?
No. And they tried to catch Carp. And they point to the halfling child.
She kind of gets in front of the halfling child and squats down to kind of be at eye level, peering at him. Is like, are you like a musical prodigy? Why are they trying to steal you?
Because I saw the big uglies.
What big uglies?
Red brands. Big, ugly, hairy ones. With teeth.
That confuses her a lot. Like big hairy ones with teeth.
Yeah. And kind of like does that. Mind you, he's like 2 feet off the ground, so everything is. The goblins are big to him.
Oh, okay.
He says, they, I didn't think they saw me, but then they, like, chased me. They were going into a cave underneath the hill.
Really? Where?
I don't. And they
Can you
kind of
show
like,
me?
they're nudging him, like, you should show her, yeah. And he's like, oh, I guess, but, I gotta ask my mom first.
I mean, if you have to, it's not very rock and roll, but sure.
Oh no.
Why do you make the rocks roll?
Because it's all about the music, man. I mean, you feel it in your soul.
One of the other kids is like, yeah, the music, man. He's like, you don't know music. He's like, oh, but if we get caught, my mom's gonna be really mad
Why?
because she
Then we
told me.
won't get caught.
Because after I told her what happened, she told me I shouldn't go over there anymore.
Then we just won't get caught. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Nailed it.
They're like, he's like, but I live right there, and he points to the south to a house not too far away. Maybe about 50 yards, you see a little farmstead.
Quaint.
He says,
But yeah, seriously, we just won't get caught. Easy peasy.
oh, fine, but we have to sneak.
She looks over at Rhodey and Toady. We can do that, right?
Sure, boss. Guitars?
Yeah, we can totally be nonchalant about it.
All right. So one of the kids is like, I'm not going. I gotta go. I got chores, and he like leaves, obviously afraid. The other two,
Where?
so one of them you recognize is Pip. Pip is the son of the Stonehill Inn, the couple that run the Stonehill Inn. This is their son. He's in. He's
Okay.
like, I'm in. This is an adventure. I'm going on an adventure, and it's rock and roll.
Cool.
The halfling child, he seems to have the adventurous spirit, but he's afraid of getting caught because of being so close to the vicinity of his house. Like, you're in line of sight. So they will basically head down the road to the east, and then there is a stone wall that separates a grove of trees from this farmstead. And they will, like, look around, and Pip hops over it, and then they pops his head back over and looks over it all. He says, come on. and Carp will go over. Rhodey and Toady will go over. Toady loses one of his boots. Rhodey throws it over the wall at him. You just hear like, ow! And then you're standing there by yourself.
Not how I saw this going, but okay.
At least on the plus side, this is one of the few times a party doesn't have a full plate meal person trying to sneak.
What?
So this is one of the few times in D&D where there's not a person also trying to sneak with everyone that's in full plate.
Right? It's awesome. But it's a bunch of kids.
It's okay. What's the worst that can happen? She says before the children die.
So do you go over the wall with them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I do like a very cool, one-hand vault type of thing.
Yeah, also the wall is only about 4 feet high.
Yeah,
they're
totally
all
cool.
Yeah, they're all children, so they had to actually climb, and then the goblins are only 3 feet tall. So yes, all of them had to climb up over. You kind of just lift the leg over and slide.
No. A
Oh.
very nice, graceful, one-handed vault.
Oh, you're doing a one-handed vault?
Yeah.
What's your acrobatics?
I don't know, but we'll find out.
Well, you don't have to, well, don't roll it yet, because it's not, the DC is not all that high.
It's a +4.
So you're proficient, your acrobatics is +4. Yeah, you're fine.
We're jack of all trades, honey.
That's right, yes. So, yeah, but you're only second. Oh, yeah, you got it already.
You just got it.
Yeah, you just got it.
We just became proficient in everything.
So, and then your dex is 16. So plus, yeah, so you're basically over the wall, very graceful. They all kind of look at you and are like, wow.
I feel like I want to do like one of those like Olympic like whatever when you stick the landing poses.
Like, do a turn.
Yep. Ta-da!
Little signs come up. 8, 9, 9.5.
They would just
Hey, what the fuck?
they would just be faces. They drew like happy faces. So you go over the wall. The boys are looking at you in awe. Rhodey and Toady also are looking at you in awe, but more like, yeah, where with her? The kids are just like, oh, she's amazing. You have your first little fans.
Yes.
And they will lead you towards this thicket of trees.
Ooh, a thicket.
So to your left, to the north, is this basically tiered ridge. And you could see the ruins on top of the tiered ridge, and there's some trees growing from like underneath the roof. You could see that it's pretty overgrown. Below this ridge is not an orchard, it's actually a small like thicket of trees, and you're heading right into it.
Interesting.
Back to you, boys.
I guess we would get the information. He would just tell us where they're located.
We don't know.
Oh, they don't know? Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, that's something we can definitely get on, I guess, tomorrow after we get a rest in, because it's later in the evening at this point, isn't it? Because that wasn't like a first morning thing.
No, I think it was like an
No.
afternoon thing.
Yeah, it's like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Maybe about 4 or
Yeah.
5. Actually, let me check the time on my calendar. Da-da-da. I don't think I shifted the time. It's still so yeah. It's definitely mid-afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, because that would be like, it's something we can start looking into, I guess. First thing tomorrow after a rest, and I guess we wouldn't want to leave the town until we know we've left it safe, I guess.
So as you guys are talking about that, making plans, the townmaster, um, he's definitely like teetering between like hopefulness and nervousness. Still sweating profusely, but he seems to have calmed a little bit. Shildar is like, all right, dealing with the red brands is probably a good thing, but do not forget Rockseeker. He should be priority. We need to find them. We need to find that hideout.
I think either Rhodey or Toady said that they know how to get there.
Who might Rhodey and Toady be?
Or the roadies, our new roadies that came back with us.
You mean the goblins?
Yeah.
You named them.
Well, yeah, they have names. What else would we refer to them as?
You are
If we
definitely
refer to them as goblins, how would we know which one we're referring to?
you are definitely a unique lot. Fine. If they can give us information, we'll take it. I guess go get your rest. And then he like
Where
turns
can
to
we rest here?
Well, where we were before, they had the tavern had rooms, if I recall correctly, right?
the Stonehill Inn. Yes.
Yeah.
There's also another one.
The sleeping giant isn't ours now?
No, that's a crime scene.
What?
And you're not taking over a bar. Stop it.
You just don't want to deal with the real estate.
Nope. Again, it's being confiscated. It's now a crime scene. There was murders there.
Murders, bar fights that got out of hand. I mean, who can tell the difference?
Sildar.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. So you two walk out, basically
Well,
heading out to the street.
I guess we would head over to the tavern because I would assume that once Guitarist is done, that she would head that way because that's where we were.
Okay, so you head to the
that's where we
Stonehill
started the
Inn.
revolution.
Yeah.
Okay. You do see across the main town center, it's town square, but it's not a square. You see there's a
Plaza?
green and there's some bodies laid out in a row being wrapped up and worked on with some of the older women in the town. You do see what's her name from the Lion Shield Coster, Graywin. She's standing there with her arms crossed. She looks over at you and she gives you a nod like, nice work.
This murder is brought to you by the Lion Shield Coster. No.
I mean, if
Right
she
as
doesn't
someone's
mind.
dying in front of you, your death is brought to you by the Lion Shield Coster. This untimely
Next time
demise.
you go on an adventure and you would rather be the lion than the lamb, remember, shop lion shield cloister.
Okay. Back to Guitarist. Guitarist, you're walking around in darkened woods. This is fairly dense, old forest.
Hold on. I gotta think for this. I got a thing. Maybe give me a second.
Okay.
She pulls out a torch and
Okay.
lights it.
Okay.
So now she can see in the
This
darkest
is gonna go bad.
Okay. So you light up torch. Now remember, it's
Oh, wait, no, hold on. She'll cast dancing lights
okay. So you
every minute on the minute.
all right. So you cast dancing lights instead. Are you doing like the four corners that follow you around?
Yeah, I guess they'll kind of just swirl around in front of me so I can see.
Okay. So the goblins are immediately focused completely on the lights. Pip and Carp are they're like talking and walking in front, and you can hear that Pip is like, "Are you sure you're going the right way?" Carp's like, "Yes, it's this way." He's like, "I don't think so. I think you're lost." He's like, "If you get us lost, we're not gonna look cool in front of her." But you can just barely hear them having this conversation. Rhodey and Toadie are just like, oh, trying to catch the lights. And because the lights are following you, they're following behind.
Okay. That's fine.
Eventually, after some wandering, damn, Carp is pretty good. So eventually, after some wandering, Carp is like, "See, I told you I could find it." And Pip's like, "Yeah, you're very smart." So here we are. They turn and look at you. You are looking at a bush.
I just feel like me at this point, me and Fabio are having a drink, just like, I wonder when Guitar's gonna get here.
So she looks at the bush and she looks at the children. She looks at the bush again. I'm like, am I missing something?
Oh, yeah, you're taller than us. And they can't go, "Come here."
So she kind of squats down. God, she's getting a leg workout today. What's the drummer's job? And she moves the lights towards whatever the kids were pointing at.
These
Okay.
legs are short and
So
muscular.
as you duck down and look, they kind of like reach in and grab some of the bushes, and you see what appears to be like a stone, a sewer grate that's been bent outwards, and there is
Oh,
a small, maybe like 2x2 tunnel.
interesting. A 2x2 tunnel.
Yeah, it's like 2 feet high, 2 feet wide.
Yeah, she's not gonna crawl through that.
Oh no, it opens up a little bit further in. And immediately after saying that, Carp kind of like slaps his hand on his mouth.
You went in the tunnel? What's in the tunnel? That's like so cool.
Well, it looks like it's. I don't know what's. I didn't get that far, but that's when the big ugly saw me.
Big ugly, huh? With
Mm-hmm.
with like the teeth and the hair?
Yeah, grr. But they were too big to get out, so that's what saved me.
Oh, interesting.
But my mom thinks I was telling tales. Pip kind of stands
Hey,
there and
Carp,
shrugs. Yes.
can you do me a favor? Could you possibly, like, when you go home and, play it cool, like nothing ever happened, maybe draw me a picture of this big ugly?
Oh, I could do that.
Cool, awesome. I love fan art.
Fan
But I need to go back, or I'm sorry, we need to go back. She messages between her and Rhodey and Toady to the band, and we have to have our band meeting because we are past due for that. We're actually a little late for that.
Oh,
We will be at the, ooh, hold on, what's it called? Stonehill Inn. If you want to come by.
I live there. Pip, the human boy, he's like, that's where I live.
Oh, cool. Well, we're staying there.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, you were talking to my dad earlier today.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Uh-huh. She's trying to remember. She talked to some people. There are a lot of people not really connecting who his dad is, so
He's not telling you who it is either.
cool.
He's like, all right, so we can go back there. And you guys start leaving the forest.
Yeah.
All right. Leaving is a lot easier than going in. You just kind of follow the wall to the right.
Mm-hmm.
You're making note of where this is, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. So as you guys leave the tree line,
I'm thinking it's kind of like, north of our little impromptu battle area.
here, can you see the map?
I can, yes.
Okay. So it is right.
But I do not see your pointer.
You don't? Not yet.
No.
Put a circle.
No, I put a pointer.
Oh, there. Yeah, yeah.
It just took a minute. But yeah, you're kind of in that area.
Okay.
All right. But you're heading back now. As you head back, you come across that flat field, and as you're going across the field, you see a couple of halflings basically looking in your direction. And you hear, uh-oh.
So
They're gonna get a little short with
she
you.
she happily waves and says hello, cheerfully, waving excitedly, like nothing's wrong whatsoever.
So she's standing there with her arms crossed, like scowling, and you're like, hi. And she's like, hi. No. You're in trouble, young man. You hear Carp,
So
like,
she kind of looks at the woman and looks over at
Carp.
Carp and tilts her head like, why? He was just showing me around and telling me of where not to go for my safety.
She's like, oh, really? Is that true, Carp? Carp's like, yeah. I was showing her around and showing her where she shouldn't go for her safety.
Yeah, I'm new here, and I mean, I
Roll a
think we might have
deception
gotten into
check.
trouble. Saying I'm new here is not a deception.
No, from the story before.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna use my inspiration on this for advantage
Okay.
because I really don't want to fuck this up.
Oh, okay. So she's like looking and she's like, and Carp's like, yeah, I was showing her it's where she shouldn't be. And I was showing her, and you had told me not to come over here. So I was showing her that she shouldn't come over here either. And you're like, yep, he was showing me. And he says, she starts to smile. And she says, oh, you do listen. You're such a, all right, go get washed up and ready for dinner.
You telling me she didn't find Carp's story fishy?
She rolled too damn
Go to the
high.
corner. Go to the corner. You're not here.
So she, as Carp like turns back, looks at you, he smiles and runs off. And
Wait, hold on. But when he turns back, Guitarist will totally give him a wink. Like, I got you.
he gives you one of those really broken winks, but he closes both eyes. And then he turns and runs off. And as he runs past his mother, she gives him like a little head. What is it called when you tussle their hair? And then she smiles at you and walks towards you, extending her hand.
Okay. Yeah, totally shake her hand.
Quellen Adderleaf, at your service.
Hi, I'm the guitarist of Fallen Towers.
Oh, Fallen Towers is... And you can see her like trying to think of like, which Fallen Towers? There's so many in this land.
Oh, no, that's the band name.
Oh, Minstrels.
Yeah.
Oh.
She had to take a second to think. It was like, what is that word again?
She says, well, welcome to Phandalin. So, will you be performing soon?
Oh, we hope so. I mean, we did have a short interlude with the other local band here, and I feel like our Battle of the Band really went well because we took them out. But yeah, we're hoping to do a repeat performance for a larger crowd.
Oh, well, again, welcome. Hopefully, you'll notify everybody.
Executions at some point when we say we want to perform in front of a larger crowd. It's like the people are just going to assume we're just do public executions.
So, as you're talking to her, she's smiling and she's basically like wringing her hand, not wringing her hands, but like wiping her hands with a towel. And Rhodey and Toady step around you, and she's like, "Oh, oh my, hello."
Oh, they're with me.
Trained?
She kind of gives them a sideways glance. Getting there. They're learning the ropes of the job. Yeah.
Oh, well, well met. And she kind of reaches out and shakes their hand, and Rhodey and Toady are like, "You touch her." Rhodey kind of like gingerly grabs her hand, and she shakes it. He's like, "Ah," and then Toady does the same thing, but he's like, now he knows what's gonna happen, so he like looks at it and he just gives a big toothy grin, like, yeah, what was that? She's like, it's a greeting. So, have you found a place to stay yet? I don't have.
I think we're crashing. Me and the rest of the bandmates are crashing at the Stonehill Inn. I think it's like she kind of looks around, trying to figure out where she is, navigating things, position of the stars and sun.
So
Somewhere that
as
way.
so as you say the name, she looks towards the northeast, west. Sorry, northwest. She
Yeah.
says, "Oh, okay." Um. Also, you remember you have Pip there. Pip's like, "Yeah, they're staying at my dad's." She says, "Oh, very good.
Yeah, Pip was gonna take us back there.
Well, it's getting late, so perhaps you should get on your way. Hopefully, we'll meet again. If I can do anything or be of any service, I do know my way around. And you have a good evening. Gentlemen," she looks at the two goblins and gives them a little nod, and she turns and heads towards her little farmhouse.
Cool, cool, cool.
Pip is like, "That went well. I thought Carp was in trouble for sure."
Nah, I would never rat out a friend.
"Good. Let's not tell my dad I went there either." And you guys
Okay,
head
cool.
back to the Stonehill. So because it's getting late, Pip is like kind of like jogging along, but he does keep
Mhm.
stopping and waiting for you to like catch up, and then he says, "We're almost there." And like once you hit the main street, he runs off, but not far away that you can't see him like walk into the Stonehill. He looks at you to make sure you see him, and then he runs in.
Nice.
You
Awesome.
you guys on the other side see Pip run in, and you hear, "Boy, where have you been? You have like chores to finish, and we have customers," pointing to all of you. He's like, "I know. I was with Carp, and then we ran into these people, and they killed, and then they fought the Red Brands, and they killed a bunch of people. Dad, I saw a dead body." He's like, "I heard. Go wash up and get ready, like in the kitchen." He's like, "Okay, Pa," and he runs up the stairs.
Halfway out of breath the entire time.
Yeah,
Do we need to get an NPC for Charlie now?
Charlie's in jail.
Oh,
He has
that's gonna be a damper to our band.
he
I'm
has to
sure
be
I'm sure
tried,
I'll be told about this
It's a
shortly.
pretty basis move to end up in jail, though.
pretty much. A few short moments later, Brody, Toady, and the guitarist walk in. It's funny that the goblins have names and the fucking players don't. And just in case anyone's wondering, it's not my fault that they don't have names.
I'm just, who knows? Maybe we do have names.
Well, yes, you do. Just refuse to share them with the DM. So, eventually, like as I said, guitars will walk in. Guitars, you see that the bar has several people in. Some seem very festive. Some of them, there's a bit of conversation going on. You guys have already heard this conversation where they're like, "Nope, they're just gonna come swarm down and like make us all pay." And some people are like, "No, it's about time somebody stood up to them. We should be thanking these people." Cheer, here, here, like back and forth. That's what's going on. Every now and then a drink shows up to you, and then every now and then you get a dirty look. Guitarist, that's what you walk into.
Cool. She will walk over to the table that has Fabio and the drummer, and she'll sit down and she'll be like, "So this weird elf woman touched me, and I feel better."
We both look at
And
Wow.
you, like, expecting a little bit more information on that.
Show us on the doll how she touched you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's how you made that sound.
oh,
Or something that
This is
someone would
something we have to go deal with.
or something someone would pay a premium to see.
My goodness.
We are bards, so
oh, and she asked for us to visit her later. She works at the temple. Yeah. Uh,
Priestess.
something Gabrielle, I'm thinking. And then these children showed up and they were talking about the dead bodies and they were really interested in the dead bodies. And they also said that they showed me like the secret backstage entrance to the Red Brand's hideout.
They have an underground like theater. Are we
Yeah.
gonna have an underground battle of the bands?
She like bangs on the table saying, "Yes, isn't that amazing?"
There's a hush
Oh,
in the
that's gonna
crowd
be
as
even
everybody turns and looks at all of you.
that's gonna be even better than the time we had that battle of the bands in the abandoned cow slaughter factory place. Oh, I've always wanted to do one underground.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
a
The
couple of the
acoustics are gonna be
miners,
crazy.
a couple of the miners that are not too far away from you are saying things like, "Well, they seem very like gung ho about." Well, no, they wouldn't use gung ho. Very positive about taking on the brand. So you guys keep saying band. Everybody around you hears brand. Just so you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
And
maybe
there's no correcting it.
no. You let it rock on, and they think every time you say there's going to be a battle of the brands, and you hear the questions like, what do they call? Like the red brands versus, and somebody says something along the lines like, no, they said they're the fallen towers. So people are talking about you around you.
That's good. We're making a buzz about ourselves, getting the word out.
Yes, you're definitely a buzz.
Uh-huh. Um, oh, but there's one weird hiccup. Apparently there's a gatekeeper and he's really big, really hairy, and lots of sharp teeth. One of the kids is gonna bring back some fan art and show us.
Ooh.
Hmm. I know it's our first piece of fan art. I'm excited. Dude, if
Did
it's
you
good
make them
enough,
like an honorary president of the Fandolin chapter of the Fallen Tower fan club?
Yeah,
oh
that
my
would be.
gosh, that is brilliant. I didn't even think about that. This is why you're the front man.
Thank you. We're gonna have to make a little like insignia rank for them.
Like a little badge.
This could never get out of hand. Let's do it.
Hey, you know what? One time we started a rumor about a cult of what was the cult about? I forgot. It doesn't matter. We started a rumor about a cult.
Blood ritual sacrifice.
Yeah. I mean, what's wrong with the fan club? That is so much more tamer.
So this was in a major town, okay? They were in Yartar, and these two. So this is from another campaign for everybody watching. This has nothing to do with this campaign, but Fabio and Guitars decided that their party was going to start a rumor, and the entire party bought in on this, where there were vampires. I think it was vampires were going around sacrificing people. And then they proceeded to make anything they did where somebody got murdered fit that story. And if
Again,
We then
I would like to
also
say that my character really believed in the cult herself because she got it wrong.
oh
Her
yeah,
understanding of human land people.
right,
So,
yes, you were playing a
yeah.
Triton at the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, they half of Yartar was believing that there was a murderous cult running around, and these individuals were there to stop them. Talk about setting themselves up for a win. Anyway, moving on.
plus we ended up reducing the price of a piece of real estate because we
yes,
cleared out the cult layer, but
The-
it was haunted.
the golden nugget. Yes, I remember. All right. So you guys are in the common room. Eventually, you will be served food. The innkeeper, Tolbin, he is ecstatic. Like he is so happy with you people, and he's like, I would make it on my house. I really want to give you this on the house, but my wife's not as happy, and you can see she's scowling at you because she's concerned. Some of the miners in there are like basically betting on whether you're going to succeed or fail. Half the people in the town expect you to turn up dead tomorrow morning. They keep comparing you to the young woodworker who disappeared, whose family was like all disappeared, and he was murdered in the street. You do hear that there are some things, other things going on. So the Red Brand conversation and your battle with them is very high on everybody's list of things, but every now and then you hear something like, what about what about those orcs up north? Like, anybody gonna do anything about that? And it's like, they're up north. We don't have to worry about them. Like, so there's other remarks that are being thrown around, but the Red Brand battle is high on everyone's list. Tobin will prepare. I think they have one room.
Actually, Havoc, would you mind if we took a short little break? I want to go grab some more water.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take a 10-minute.
Okay, I'll be right back as well.
Okay.
See you in 10.
Jumps in tank.
What'd you say?
Said jumps in tank.
No tank for you. I'm not spending all the time trying to get you out of it.
I absolutely wrecked it today.
Good or bad?
Good. I had some bad ones, but I had a few good ones today.
I haven't played since last week. I should get a drink too. I don't really want one. Oh my goodness.
At least it's a 3-day weekend next weekend.
I know, I'm very excited about that. Oh, so I don't know if you noticed. Well, you wouldn't have noticed. So, Artemis, she clipped one of the scenes from the game on Saturday.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, so I guess she watched one of the things. I was like, "Aw," but I haven't heard from her other than that. So how's everybody doing in chat? I know some people are working, which is great. Thank you for coming.
Lurking is life.
It is. I do it all the time. I'm literally on like 5 streams a night if I'm not streaming myself.
I used to be a lot better about being in a bunch of streams, but
The thing is, like, you can't, like, you can only keep up with one of them really at a time. But
yeah.
But it's nice. Like, I hope
I used to do is like watch a bunch of people and then leave it open, and then the next morning be like, "Where did I end up?"
That happened to
And
me last night.
Sometimes I'd be in different categories for different people, and then end up on the same stream for all of them. And I'm like, I wonder how I ended up at the same person from all these different.
So last night I was watching Watch Holly. So I was watching Watch Holly, and she streams late. Like, she starts, I think, at 9 o'clock her time, but she's in California, so do the math. And then she goes until 3 o'clock in the morning. So I usually catch the beginning, but I can't stay. But I'll lurk. So turned on the stream, walked away. In the morning, I forgot to check, and I turn off my monitors and the microphone so I don't hear it. So this morning I got up, did my thing, got ready, went to work, Was out all day, came home from work, come turn on the monitors, and the stream is like somebody starts talking immediately. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm still in somebody's stream. So I usually click on it and go backwards to see how many I've went through. I got bounced around like 13 times through the day to different streams, like all over the world. It was great.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh,
I've had it.
I was in Germany today. Like,
Oh, wow. Or I've gotten back and been like, and it's been like, it's been like, I come back to a bunch of like gifted subs for channels that I've never ever seen in my life because of that.
yeah, every now and then I get those. I'm like, wait, who's that? And then you go look, you got to go check it out. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'm not, okay, thanks, but
Yeah, or I'll have it where it's like I've had it before where it's someone I intentionally watched and then they ended their stream at whatever point but didn't raid anyone, and but by the time I'm getting back on the computer, they're starting a new stream the next day or something. Like they're doing a morning stream after an evening stream the day before, and it's like, oh, okay.
yeah, that's always nice. Yeah, I forgot. There was one though. I was like, how did I end up in this one? So it looked like I I hit the back button a couple of times and I ended up in the same stream each time. So it looks like they kept raiding into the same group.
Mm.
And then eventually, like, so I 3 back and I was still in the same stream. I was like, wow, he's very popular. Now, how you doing, Fabio?
It is hot up here.
What is hot?
He's in Canada,
I'll
so
have
it's
to
probably like
convert
60 degrees.
Well, you can tell me what it is, and I can look up the.
It's been above 32 degrees Celsius,
Isn't
which
that
is, I believe, 98 degrees Fahrenheit.
So 32 Celsius is just shy of 90 degrees. So if it's over, it's in the 90s. Yeah.
Oh my god, what are you doing with yourself?
I am walking only in the dark, which, considering how far north I am, means I get up at 5 a.m. to walk the dog. And
Like-
then we poke our head out around noon for about 10 minutes before we burn. And then I wait till about 10 o'clock at night when the sun goes down
Oh my god.
so I can walk the dog properly. That's why I'm a little bit darker in the complexion now. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had plus 30 for this long of a stretch
The difference
that's-
is
maybe in my entire life.
the differences is so amazing. You in Canada, like it's 90, we're gonna die. Rhino lives in Texas. It's like 90 every day.
Yeah, I'm
Last
far
year-
more. I get far more minus 40 days, which is the same in both Celsius and Fahrenheit, than I do plus 30.
Like, right,
it's
I don't know. It's finally starting to get cool here. Like it's 68 degrees right now. Well, it's probably less than that because I haven't.
It is 79 degrees outside here.
No, it's 63 degrees. So it's dropped like 5 degrees. And then like this weekend, it's supposed to drop into the 50s at night. So AC weather's almost over. During the day, I think today reached like maybe 80 degrees. It's like
Just can't wait for it to stay.
Oh,
stay
I can't
cool.
wait for it to start getting cold. Oh my goodness.
your
Well-
days probably aren't as long as mine.
Yours lasts 6 months.
I've worked up in a few northern work camps where the sun would just barely go below the horizon. Like the sky was still
you're
orange, and then it would come back up.
Yeah, that explains a lot
Those
though.
were rough.
All right. So I did hear Fury's back. Hey, Beck, how you doing?
Hey, Beck. Hi.
So where were we? Oh yeah, so you're all in the Stonehill Inn, having drinks, eating food, listening to rumors, and people talk about you like almost like you're not there.
I'm used to that. I think we're used to that, but in a different setting.
Mm-hmm. There are 5 rooms left. Tobin will gladly set you up with any accommodations you require.
I think we just mostly just need a room, right?
Maybe 2. I don't think Rhodey and
Oh,
Tony
that's
will be
right.
left alone.
That's probably a good call.
Eventually,
So I'm thinking 3 rooms, Fabio and Vin in one, me in one, and drummer, Rhodey, and Tony in the third one.
How did I end up in that category? Like in that?
how did Fabio get his
Because,
own room?
well, no, he has to share with Vin.
The dog.
Uh-huh.
Got it. Okay.
I have a feeling that the Rhodey and Toady are going to want to stay in the same room with the dog, but that's
That's a pretty good guess. Uh, so eventually Sildar will walk in. He seems a little bit perturbed. He will walk straight past everyone, see all of you, give you a quick nod, and head up the stairs.
what a lovely guy.
What time is it?
It's nighttime.
Is it performance time yet?
If you would like to do a performance, yes, you can. Are you going to sing for me?
I can, yes.
Oh, God. He's written another song. Well, go ahead.
Well, first I'm going to do a little band huddle. Be like, okay, guys, we just, people are talking about us. We got gigs rolling in left, right, every direction. Now's the time. We got to strike a chord while the guitar strings are still hot.
So,
okay?
Toady immediately pulls out a sword.
And I like ting it with a dagger. Ting, 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 to set a beat.
He's just looking at you like, what do you want me to strike, boss?
Yeah, I was going to say, he's ready to hit someone with that.
I want you to take this dagger and then just keep this beat going. Ting, ting, ting. And,
This is
this
this is Toady, right? Jesus, I guess
everyone drew the sword.
it's Toady. All right. Evidently, Toady has some musical inclinations as he's manages to keep the tinging sound going. But just like if you were to tap on a wine glass, people in the tavern room now are all looking at Toady, making this clanging sound.
Okay. And then I am going to stand up, present myself.
As you stand up, you feel a tug on your shirt. Boss, what about me?
You have a very important job as well. Stand up, and I help him up to stand up on the table.
Okay.
Like, now, I need you. You hear him tinging? I want you to lift one of your feet and kind of give it a stomp the same time you hear the ting. We're going to get a beat going.
Rhodey almost manages to match the beat. Every now and then you can hear his timing is a little bit off, but to the untrained eye, it might not be as more noticeable. Also, because it is a table that you have been eating food on, the platters, the wooden platters, are like jumping up and down and making like a knocking sound as well. Not a bad sound. But you definitely have everyone's attention now.
Then,
So at this point, guitarist will pull out her violin, her viola.
So as soon as they see an actual instrument, chairs turn. You have everyone's full attention, and like a hush falls over the crowd, except for the tinging and the.
And then I turn around. Behold, tonight's entertainment, fresh from the battlefield, where we just swept through our first battle of the bands with the Red Brands. We are victorious, and you all here tonight share in our revelry, share in the glory, share with us the joys of being free of the oppression. Now, sit back, relax, toss a coin to your wait staff, and enjoy. And then we were looking in the mirror at our armor raging tight while we roared at the god of war, 'cause we're gonna fight tonight. In the background you can hear it, the bards beating on the drum. This is fight music for the fight. This is fight
start
music
beating on the
for
drum.
the fight. Do, do, do.
In some rhythm with what he's singing.
Yeah.
Now that I have an inkling of what he's going with.
Same thing with the guitarist. She follows suit.
Okay.
All right. So all of you are performing, and working off each other. You have got Toady, who did not roll terrible. So performance with advantage, one of you gets to roll it. Probably Fabio, since he's the front man.
I think either way, we're all at the same. It would be the same number.
It's about the same number, yeah. Maybe one or two off.
What about bardic inspiration?
I am sure one of them can lay that on you.
I believe I still have one left, so I can, in fact, do that.
Okay. Take yours. Okay, yeah, thank you. So just add a d6 to it.
Yeah, I have exactly one left from our battle. I didn't use one.
Did that roll?
Not yet. Okay, there's the d6. So you add 1 to whatever your total is. You do have advantage. So performance with advantage.
Now I want to know what.
And because you actually like sung one verse, I was going to make the DC extremely low. I didn't think I needed to. You rolled over 20. So, first there is a crashing of coins as coins are hurled at the serving girl. This is a new concept for them because you told them to. They're throwing coins at her. She doesn't seem to like it. Then you guys break into your musical number. Everybody kind of calms down. And then they start throwing coins at all of you. They are not rich people, so most of these are silver.
Still not bad.
No, not bad at all. All right, so between coppers and silvers, you have like 12 silver coins total in front of you.
Vandalin, you have been one of our greatest audiences. Give yourself a round of applause, a pat on the shoulder, and remember, there's always a bit of music around you. You just have to listen. Enjoy your evening, all. Thank you.
Hell of a performance. Like,
Pip will walk over to guitarist, and he has a quill and a piece of paper in his hand. He's like, "Can you sign this?"
Guitarist, totally surprised, kind of points at herself like, "Oh, sure." And so she scribbles something down. Completely illegible, her real name, scribbles it down.
It's just like a symbol. So he will like look at it and like, and he's like looks over his mom. He's like, and he walks over to his mom and like shows it to her. You see him like she pats him on the head and it's like, yeah, very nice. The father seems much more Tobin. Saying his name wrong.
Toblerone.
Toblin. It's Toblin. Toblin is like he seems much like more excited than the wife, and he's like, and he kind of like takes it and like holds it up on a section of the wall, like we could put it right here. This would be great.
We should finally start divvying up like the massive amount of coin and stuff that we've collected from all these recent gigs when we go back to the room.
Probably should
Yeah,
do that.
probably. I just don't trust having people come up just to sign, starting with signatures. I don't trust Havoc. He's gonna end up having to sign something that we don't want to sign, but we're just gonna.
Eventually, you'll sign something without reading it. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
There'll be some fiend, or no, a devil with a contract in disguise. Yep. That'll be our new band manager. Gets 90%.
In this game, that can happen. All right. So you guys will eventually, people will come up again, share drinks, clap you on the back, tell you how great you sound, love the music. A couple of the older farmers and miners are like, just noise. But,
Of course.
you know, everyone's a critic. And eventually people will start to file out or head up to their rooms. You do have several pieces of, like, so you have some gold teeth, a jade statue. The supplies are gone, so I'm taking that off.
Yeah.
Because you gave those up.
I just say we give the gold teeth to the goblins and make them happy. I don't feel like we're in a position where we need to try using gold teeth as purchasing power.
So you have 3 of them. So
we'll give them 1 each. We'll just
give them 1 each and then get rid of the other one?
I don't know what to do with the other one. We'll just hold on to it just in case, I guess, for
Yeah,
them
just
for
put
some
it
point.
in your inventory for now.
All right. So one of
Or
you,
we give it to the bassist.
the guy in jail.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have the jade statue.
Sell it.
Eventually, yeah.
We can do something with that.
Okay. You want to put it in your inventory then?
Yeah.
All right. So that's the frog statue. Go ahead and yank that off. Drummer, take the gold tooth, and then I'll split the money.
Okay. Let me.
Whee. Oh, and the 2 silver pieces that went to the goblins were the last things left on the sheet. Wonderful. Worked out perfectly.
Well, technically it was copper, but it's fine. Fine. It can be silver.
Stop being so cheap.
And they got gold teeth.
Yes. Mm-hmm. They're thrilled with the gold teeth, and when you guys wake up the next morning, one of them has it like stuck in between his teeth, but it's obvious not attached. It's just stuck in there. And the other one has his on a necklace. But he has so much leather wrapped around it so it doesn't go anywhere that you can't tell there's a gold tooth there. It just looks like a knot.
That's fantastic.
I feel like that's a better option than the one in the mouth because it's going to get swallowed.
Oh, eventually, yes.
Yeah, and then we're going to have a goblin.
How does Sildar have 1 hit point?
Oh, because I haven't healed him yet.
And then we're gonna have a goblin siphoning through its own poop to try to find its way to the.
I'm actually taking Solar off there. All right, so the rest of you will eventually sleep. Ruffian's gone. This ruffian is gone.
Thought that ruffian was dead.
No, they knocked him out, and it's just you guys.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So eventually you'll retire to your rooms. And how many rooms did you take? 3?
3.
All right. So the rooms for the nightly cost of
Plus our discount.
plus your discount. Really? Okay. So 3 silver, that includes food, drink, and lodging. So you'll have your meals included as well while you're
3
staying
silver
here.
per
A night
3 silver total.
per person.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Actually,
I
that's incorrect. It would be per room because
Oh.
they're assuming that you put 1 person per room, but no, it's
Mhm.
per room. So if you guys are doubling up, you save money.
Well, none of us would be doubling up with the person who can actually pay. So there's also that.
That's true too.
But that begs the question: where do the goblins go? Do they go into the room with me, or do they follow the dog?
The goblins will follow the dog. Wherever the dog is sleeping, that's where they want to be. Even though, remember, Vin wants nothing to do with these two.
Oh yeah.
And every now and then you can you hear like, "Arr!" And you swear like one of the goblins is going to turn up missing a hand.
Not our problem.
But
That's a goblin problem.
yeah, it's a goblin problem. And they don't seem to care. Like, I mean, they're used to dealing with like wild wolves. So Vin is tame in comparison. And they get progressively closer and closer to him each time.
It's like one of those slow car wrecks that you know it's going to happen.
Right.
You don't stop anything.
Vin's either going to kill them or they're going to tame him. Eventually, you're going to see one of the goblins riding by on Vin, which is going to be hilarious. All right.
Oh man, Drummer, they're going to steal your mount.
So,
Right.
you guys, comfortable beds, well rested. Next morning, you wake up. When you head downstairs, there is already food being cooked. You can smell it. It smells scrumptious, especially since you've been eating like junk for the last few days with rations. Carp is downstairs sitting talking to Pip. They're sitting at a table.
Cool.
And when they see guitars, Carp pops up and he's got a piece of folded paper in his hand.
Hey man, how's it going?
It's fine. Morning.
Yeah.
I got this for you. And he kind of hands you the piece of paper.
Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, awesome. So she takes a look at it, at this creature that he apparently saw
So
in that place he wasn't supposed to be.
right. So I did roll to see how well his drawing came out. So what he drew was it looks it's a shaggy creature. So it looks like it has hair all over its body. Has very long arms that kind of like reach its ankles. Stands a little hunched over. You've seen something like this. It looks like he drew a picture of Clark, just really badly.
Show the goblins. Hey guys, does this look familiar to you?
Bugbear. And they kind of go back to like fighting over food.
Okay, cool, cool.
Even though they have enough food to share.
Right, they're fighting over it just because they want what the other one has.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with some healthy competition between goblins. As long as they're not killing each other.
I feel like this
That's
Shadows Goblin competition ends, but
So Carpo asked, "Did I do good?"
awesome. You did wonderful, little man.
I'm glad you like it. You could tell he has a little bit of a crush developing.
Uh, it's fine. It's fine.
He's a kid. You know how they are.
I know. I know. I know. It's fine.
um,
It's fine.
Pip, on the other hand, he does think you're awesome, but he's starting to like really like the drums.
Hmm.
So as soon as
Cool.
it's the ultimate decision to make.
So as soon as drummer comes downstairs, you could see like he's looking at you like, "Hey, can I do that? Like, because that looks like really cool." And he just starts beating on the table. You hear like, "Pip, knock that off! You're gonna wake everyone up."
Right? Just in any of the silverware or anything, just going rattling on the table.
Right? Yeah, he's just like banging on stuff because it seems cool. Carp is sitting there like swinging his feet because he can't touch the floor, just staring dreamily at guitarist. And then all the women are still staring at Fabio.
And some men. I mean, don't be discriminatory. I'm sure there's plenty of male jealous of those flowing locks.
The only male in here is the two little boys and Toblin. Everybody else is working.
Oh, okay.
So you have the wife, the barmaid, and what's her name? The seamstress. What's her face? I forgot her name. Hold on. Frida. Those are the only people in here right now.
I guess the plan for today is to head to the cave where the apparently bugbears are hanging out.
Where?
You know what we need?
What do we need?
Some supplies. We're gonna have to deal with the bugbears.
What bugbears? Toblin keeps asking. Cave, bugbears. What are you talking about? I thought we're gonna deal with you're gonna have the battle of the brands.
Yeah,
Yes,
we are.
They have a bouncer at the gate, though. That's a bugbear. Got to get through the bouncer. Don't know him. Gonna have to figure out, can we just dress in our finest and walk past them? Or they're gonna give us a little hassle. Either way, we need a couple supplies just in case. Cover all the bases. Don't worry, we've got into a lot of exclusive underground raves before.
Okay. Okay. Not sure. I have any idea what you Northerners are talking about, but I'm rooting for you. And he goes back behind the bar.
Rooting for you. But
I'm gonna have to put on the tight pants and the low-cut shirt just to get in.
oh boy.
I didn't need that image.
But it's there now. It lives there rent
Oh my
free.
god, it's stuck there.
And I have a bunch of costumes too.
You shall pay for that one. Anyway, moving on.
I think the
Technically,
costume that most fits that would be my Lion Tamer costume, so I'm gonna have to do a wardrobe change and put that on.
Technically, all my shirts are low cut because I'm low.
I thought you were gonna make it the
no.
whole night without a pun. I honestly
No,
thought.
he did he did 2 already, I think.
Oh, I missed one. I definitely missed one. All right. So you're planning how you're going to get past the bouncers, and you need supplies. How are you who are you going to get these supplies from? What kind of supplies are you looking for, Fabio?
That is the
Well,
question.
I'm all out of oil. We use that for our
that's very
making the cover of the Goblin on Fire album art.
Mm-hmm.
Goblin on fire.
So I need more oil for my lantern that I use for stage lighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we had any rope. Like, not a single
I
piece
think
of
Basically,
rope.
we're all out of rope.
Well, you used whatever rope you had to tie up Charlie.
Yeah, and I don't think y'all got it back from him.
Nope.
Which,
It's
by the way, the guitarist will ask, so what happened to the guy you wanted as a bassist?
oh, bassist things. He got locked up.
Oh,
We
damn.
He technically was
got to
still
sort
part of
out.
the Red Brand, so he was also locked up.
But if we do a good job, I think we can get him set free. I mean,
I mean, that would be nice.
I mean, we could
Okay.
just ask him if that cave is the entrance. He literally said he would tell us anything.
shopping, interrogation,
It's more of a light
then
questioning.
go for a little impromptu music session, a little jam session.
Well, you got to
Sounds like
have
a plan.
a jam session at least once a day.
Yeah, because
True.
guitarists could use another torch.
okay. So where are you going shopping at?
What?
Obviously, at
That's a question. The one and only place for adventurers to go before any big gig.
Anyone making their way on the Tribord Trail needs to stop by the Lion Shield Cloister, or else they'll get slaughtered like a lamb.
You know you're
Remember,
not getting paid for these commercials, right?
Some would say if you have a list of things you need, you can get a lion's shares of those items at this location.
All right. Because there's also Barthens who sells more of the general goods. Remember, Lion Shield Coster is more weapons.
oh,
So that's why if you're looking for more general items, you probably have better luck at Barthens.
It's not
then we'll
going to
go
be
there.
as easy to come up with advertisement for that, but I guess.
Barthens Provisions.
What would be hilarious is if we had the time to do it, or if this was going to go long enough where every time we got a sponsorship, if we came up for commercials, so when we actually took a break, it was an actual commercial for whoever we were currently sponsored by.
Oh my
That would be
goodness. I'm not
hilarious.
doing that.
No, that'd be a lot of time to do for.
But that would be hilarious. No, we just cut to a scene, be like, now, word from our sponsor, and have like a scene transition to one of you talking about them.
just all of a sudden, I just turned into the camera. Has this ever happened to you? You've been traveling down a trail. There's a couple dead horses on the side of the road blocking your path. You go to investigate them. Next thing you know, arrows blotting out the sun, raining down upon you. And you're like, oh my armor, it's just not good enough to take this pounding. Why did I not shop at the Lion Shield Cloister? Oh, this is my folly and end. See, if that's you, remember, you can prevent that kind of stuff. Shop smart. Shop Lion Shield Cloister. Logo.
And scene. So, since, yeah, I have to give you inspiration for that nonsense. Oh, okay. Where were we? Oh, yeah. So you're going to do shopping. Now, if you're going to go to Barthens, basically anything that they have in the player's handbook within normal means. No weapons, no armor. They won't have that there. And nothing. What? So Barthen's Provisions will have basically everything, nothing above 25 gold. So if it's something that, like, they don't have spy glasses because I think they're 150 or something. But anything below 25 gold, they'll have. No weapons, no armor. If you want weapons or armor, you have to go to the Lion Shield. Okay? So we don't have to play that out. You guys can just go over there. Barthens, you know the three individuals. he will question you as where have you made any like progress finding Rock Seeker, but when you say no, he'll just be like, "Oh, shame."
Well, technically speaking, didn't I mean again that the goblins said that they believe that they know how to get there, but
The goblins, yeah, they're convinced they can get you to the castle. They don't know why you want to go there. They don't want to go there because they think if they go there, then they're gonna have to like turn on you.
mm,
No,
Because
no, no. They just have to show us the way there, and then they don't have to go there.
right, but yeah, that was the conversation you had with the goblins. So they don't want to go there because if you go there, then they have to listen to the king or the boss, the real boss, and they have to turn on the new boss. But
they
they
do have a
can,
That
history of turning on bosses.
but they can show you how to get there. So you could spend like a better part of your morning running around picking up whatever provisions. As long as you have the money, and again, it's not over 25 gold, you can add it to your sheet. So you can handle that. The other thing you wanted to go do was an interrogation.
A light questioning, asking Charlie if he knows where the hideout is.
Okay. So you will
It's the
head.
easiest interrogation you'll ever have.
All right. So you head to there. Um, and Wester is upstairs at his large table, looking. He's like, "What? Um, what is it?"
Oh, we're just trying to wait. Who asked that?
The town master, Wester.
Oh, I just had some questions for Charlie.
Oh, all right. Well, um, through that door, down the stairs,
I
and
will
he
head down.
keeps looking over his papers. Now, all of you there, like Rhodey, Toady, Lynn, Vin, Fabio, guitarist, everybody there.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm just finalizing the shopping list, so that's why I'm silent.
that's fine. I'm just saying, but everybody went for the interrogation. Okay, so the cellar where these two cells are is not very open. It's kind of cramped, but all of you are standing there. When you
Well,
go
I
in,
mean, half the party is real small.
I know that's why you all fit.
Oh, okay,
Um,
cool.
so everybody's standing there looking into the cells. There's two cells. Charlie is
Mm.
in one, and he's playing with like lengths of rope, making like knots, and like braiding the rope and playing with it. He's like, "Oh, hey." And the other side, laying down, kind of looking like exhausted, is the other gentleman, the red brand. I think his name was Darn, but I'm not sure. You may
I
have.
don't think you named them. I honestly don't.
No, I named the last two, but I don't. Well, I named the last couple, but I think you killed one of them, and I'm not sure which one you killed. So we're gonna call this one Darn and let it go.
Okay. Might want to
Or-
write that down unless we kill him later.
Well, he's in jail, and now that I remember, it should stick. So,
Okay.
um, so he's laying down. He like looks up and sees all of you. He's like, oh. And he just like plops, throws his head back on his bench. Charlie looks at all of you. He's like, hey, hi guys.
Hey, and I look at the
Hey.
Darn and I go, "How'd you sleep?"
Like shit.
Good. And I just ignore him from that point forward.
Hey, Charlie. How you doing?
I'm
You hanging
okay.
in there?
Yeah. I mean, it's not fun down here. Darn smells. Screw you,
Yeah, I
Charlie.
got, I, I got some soap for that.
Oh, is it because Darn
And
Tootin'? That one?
hate you so much. And guitarist will rummage in her backpack and pull out a small bar of soap and hand it to him through the bars.
To Charlie?
Yeah,
Oh. Oh, thanks.
yeah.
Um,
Cleanliness is a good thing. It prevents getting sick.
He like looks around and he just kind of starts rubbing it on his face. There's no water in the zoo.
Yeah. She makes emotions like just avoid the eyes.
I have to check. Remember, Charlie's not the brightest. No, he
Obviously.
does. He does. He kind of like goes around. He's like, it smells nice. Kind of, it's it kind of smells like you. And he just keeps rubbing it on his face and like around his neck and stuff. He was like, so is this all I do with it?
Usually something with water helps. But I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
You need anything else though, bud? Some food?
no, I'd just like to get out. Oh, food. Wait, yeah. What do you got?
Rations.
Well, it's better than what they're giving us.
All right, she'll give him that too. It's fine, because she doesn't want to be over encumbered.
So Darn kind of like perks up when you offer food. He's like, "Hey, what about me?
What about you?
I'd
Are
like
you in the
some food."
band?
No, I'm in the brand.
Exactly. And then she also ignores him.
But if you can, why don't you just ask Glassstaff to come over and bring you some food? Eh?
When Glassstaff gets here, you'll all be sorry that you weren't nicer to me.
That has potential.
But he's coming. Don't you worry.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
excited.
did he leave to go get some milk?
What? What does a cow have to do with this?
Oh, that's right. You're from a small town. Never mind.
Even guitarist looks at drummer like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" half the time.
He's
It's
just
part of my it's part of my backstory.
he's
No,
filled with useless information. So, Charlie's standing there with a bar. So, and now he has like, what did you give him? Just rations. So like dried
Yeah.
fruits.
Yeah.
All right. So
Maybe some dried meat, whatever.
yeah, he's just this is so good. They give us like stale bread. Ugh. I hate stale bread. The mold.
Yeah.
So did you come
I
to get
hear
me
you, man.
out? I don't
About
think
that.
I don't think I'm gonna meet many women in here. No offense.
She looks at him like, "What? What? Am I supposed to be offended?"
Well, you're a woman's.
Yeah, but I'm your bandmate. I mean, it's not gonna happen. Interband relationships are kind of banned.
Oh, that's fine. But he said I was gonna meet women, and I don't think I'm gonna meet any here. Besides, I already met you.
Oh, that's true.
So he's pointing at Fabio.
yeah, we can get you. I'm sure we'll be able to get you out of here shortly. We're gonna. That's
We're
what brings
working on
us
it.
here. Is I think as soon as they know that the rest of the red brand is not an issue, that they won't have to worry about you.
Oh, so I have
I
to.
mean, you're definitely safer in there than you are with what we're about to do. And you have to kind of be alive to meet women.
That's fair. But
So,
Darn
don't
is
worry, we got
so
you.
annoying. He talks in his sleep. Yeah, like fuck you.
Yeah, once we get you out, you can bunk with us. Oh, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure he has a house, but
Who?
yeah, he's from this town, so I'm sure he has somewhere he actually lives, right?
No, I'm nope. My parents kicked me out. Said I was a bum.
Gotcha. Okay, but yeah, I mean, once we do get you out, we're staying at the tavern just across the road. So
Oh, the Stonehill?
yeah, that one.
Okay. Well, it's really boring here. You hear, oh, I got something for you. And you just see like a bunch of cards like fly into the cell.
Like 21 card pickup. Just
Yeah, like half a deck of playing cards just fly into the. He says, you can play games. Charlie like looks at all the cards. It's like, thanks. And he starts to pick them up.
Also, I bought Rhodey and Toady their backpacks.
Oh, they're sporting them. They're like, look, look. They kind of like turning their backs to Charlie. Like, look what we got. Look what we got. They do.
Oh my god. The only thing I remember thinking of is like small children, like first day of school type of thing, or getting school supplies.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're like, look, look, look.
Nice.
They're doing it to Darn. They did it to like the town members. I didn't know that you had gotten them for them. So they would have did it to everybody they've passed. They've done it to each other. Mine is bigger. No, mine is bigger. Look, mine is
I just like
shiny.
it because things that we don't want to carry, like rope and stuff, can be in their backpack. Also,
Yeah, that's
I'm sure they're going to be encumbered in no time by them just putting random crap on them in it.
oh yeah, for sure.
It's going to be like when when you clean out a kid's backpack at the end of the school year.
Yeah, it's like how many notebooks did you have? That yeah, it's gonna be a lot like that. But yeah, they're
Is that
doing.
a half-eaten granola bar? What is that?
Why do you have one shoe? Where's the other one? Oh, I found that one. What? So yeah, so that's what they're doing right now. Charlie's picking up the cards, and you guys are telling him that he needs to stay here and be safe. With that, Darn will laugh and says, "None of you are safe. You're all gonna die."
Well, I mean, eventually everyone dies.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're gonna die sooner than everyone else. So take that.
I mean, live fast, die young, and be beautiful.
Well, you got one of
It's
those now.
so. Anyways, Charlie, do you need us to pick you up anything else? We're gonna go head over to. She looks over at Drummer and Fabio Barthen's provisions, the provisional shop.
We would have already came from there.
Yeah, you guys would
No.
already stop there.
Oh, okay. Well, we could pick you up something later when we come back.
Okay. Could you? He's basically gonna ask you for a coloring book, but just like
Oh,
like some chalk that he can draw.
Would you like something to do that could, and I just look over at the other gentleman, entertain them?
What?
As I pull out my horn.
A playing horn? And you're gonna give it to Charlie?
well, here. No, I'll give him my scroll case that has 5 pieces of paper, an ink, and an ink pen.
Ooh, fancy. And
I need to get rid of some of the stuff.
he kind of like looks at it, and you can see like he's probably never received anything so expensive before,
Hmm.
and like he's gingerly like holds it and like takes it over to the bench and kind of clears off the bench to set it down. He's like, oh, thank you so much. This is
Don't
great. Mind you, you just gave him some paper and a pen, but
Mm-hmm.
it's obviously it's quality paper and a quill and an ink vial, and to him this is like just fantastic.
Oh, by the way, she pulls out another random sheet of paper. Uh, have you seen anything like this? She's showing Carp's drawing.
You hear Darn is like, don't you dare. Charlie's like looking at the parchment, he's spreading it out, and he's like lovingly looking at the paper, and like he picks up the quill just as you ask, and he looks up, he says, "Oh, yeah, those are the bugbears." It's a really bad
Can you tell me?
drawing.
It was
He
drawn
tried,
by a
man.
child.
He tried. He really did try.
Ooh, he.
Oh, some little kid.
Oh. Oh, well, he's got to practice. And then he like looks at the paper again. He says, "Yeah, bugbears. They showed up with Glassstaff. They're his like bodyguards."
Oh. And they hang out in the cave below the ruins?
The cave below the ruins. Well, they hang out below the ruins. You hear Darn's like, "You son of a bitch, Charlie. I'm gonna tell Glassstaff everything you said." Charlie's like,
Gosh, why do we not have a silent spell when we need one?
I wanted. So when can I learn that? Because I really just want to be able to ship.
Yeah, when do we get level 3?
Not to mention the fact that you can just claim that you'll leave someone speechless and then
like, shut the fuck up. I want to shut the fuck up spell. So Charlie says something like, "Did you see what they did, Dorn? These people like walked through us. We were nothing to them. I'm not afraid of Glassstaff or you or the rest of the brands." He's like, "Yeah, you say that now." So they go back and forth a little bit under his breath. He says, "What was your question?"
Oh, what else is underneath the ruins?
Well, that's our whole hideout.
Just under the ruins, not above the ruins?
Well, the entrance is above the ruins. So if you go to the ruins, and he looks and he says, he takes one of the sheets of paper that you give him, and he starts drawing on it. And he basically draws you a little map of the hilltop. And he says, if you go to this stone here, you'll find the entrance. And he like hands you the sheet of paper through the bars.
Oh, lovely.
But he marks out where the entrance is.
Thank you, Charlie. And she makes a pointed look over at whatever his face is. At least somebody is being helpful.
He bites his thumb at you.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It's kind of like giving you the finger. He's like, "You're making a
Cantrip
mistake."
that could cause damage would be so nice right now.
He's like, "You're making a mistake. It's a fortified."
so did your mother.
Hey,
Oh,
that was rude.
dang.
It's like I didn't know my mother.
Well, that explains a lot.
Ooh.
Why you gotta be so hurtful? That's fucked up. And he like turns and faces a corner.
Why are the tough ones so sensitive?
Yeah, he turns and faces a corner. He definitely is not happy about what was just said to him. Charlie lets out a little bit of chuckle, and he looks over at Kataris. He says, "Miss,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you think you can get me more paper?"
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Great. and he like sits down. Like he doesn't sit down. He has like the paper on the bench, and he like lays down on his gut. Now remember, Charlie's a big boy, so he lays down on the bench, and just like a kid, he starts drawing on the pieces of paper. It looks like he's drawing a bugbear. His version is a lot more detailed.
Nice.
Eh?
Okay.
I guess
Do
we're
we have a
heading
map?
You have a map.
We have a map.
So what you have, so you can see the map where it says Transcendar Manor. You have a map of that hilltop, and on that map, in this corner over here, there isn't basically what appears to be a trap door covered by some bushes, according to Charlie's drawing.
So the trapdoor I already knew about.
No.
Different map.
Different
trapdoor.
location completely. So it looks like what Charlie has drawn you is a trapdoor that leads down into cellars, and you had a map of a tunnel leading into the complex. Not a map of the tunnel. You were shown a tunnel
but the
leading
location.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it looks
One
like
would
two
let us
ways.
right into the heart of it,
Right.
and one
Right.
takes us the back way.
Right. It looks like there's two ways to get into the same complex.
Oh, Charlie. Before we
Yeah.
leave,
Yes, miss.
does the trapdoor have a trap?
Trapdoor have a trap? No, but there are traps.
Cool.
But the way in, no. But there are others. And there's certain rooms you probably want to avoid. And be careful of the bridge.
The bridge?
Yeah, the bridge.
Does it have like a bridge troll?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But some of the boards,
bridge.
some of the boards are not safe.
Okay. Good to know.
They wouldn't let me go over it all. Fabio, you muted?
I'm on push to talk.
Oh, okay.
I was muttering to myself while I was writing notes.
All right, because I saw you muttering, and I was like, I can't hear you, dude.
Notating his notations.
Okay, gotcha. So
yeah, I mutter when I scribble notes, so I usually use push to talk.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that
at least one of us is taking notes.
I'm taking mental notes.
I have all my notes. I don't need any more.
Says the guy that forgot the names of our captives and potential
I can't remember real people's names.
In my defense, I couldn't remember which ones you killed. You murderous band of murder hobos.
They started it.
They did. So yes, you have a map you have a map and an idea of a location of another way in. So you need to decide on what you want to do with that. You have been resupplied thanks to Fabio's shopping. I don't know who took what.
I just took an oil flask.
Okay.
The 2 backpacks are for the goblins.
Yeah.
You can also take the lamp, or whoever wants a lamp, instead of using torches and stuff like that.
Yeah, but with a torch, I can just throw it and catch shit on fire.
So here's the thing with the
thing with a lamp.
So here's the thing with the backpacks. Rhodey and Toady can't really have equipment on them because they're NPCs.
Right.
And I'm not making a party a sheet for them. What each one of 2 of you can take a backpack, tag it as Rhodey and the other one as Toady, and you can control what goes in and out of that backpack as far as like, hey, Rhodey, carry this. Just let me know who's what, because every now and then I'm probably going to randomly add something to them.
Okay.
So
I'll take.
Yeah, I've already got Vin, so if Drummer wants to
I'll
Yeah,
take
I can
Toady.
take the other.
all right, so on the backpack, just name it backpacks. Toady, and Drummer, you do Roadie. Or did I get that reversed?
No, I got Rhodey.
Their names are so close. I got to be careful because I just hear the Odie and I'm like, which one? Who?
Because yeah,
And
I
just
have
make
the
sure.
parts inventory and Vin's.
Right. Just make sure that you don't have it carried, so you're not taking a hit on your encumbrance.
Good call.
And currently, they are empty.
Okay. I will grab the lamp and give it to Toady.
Ooh, shiny.
Would anyone like some caltrops?
I don't think that one you're gonna find.
Oh, it's on the list, and it's cheap.
Is it under 25?
Yeah, it's each caltrop is 1 gold piece,
Oh, okay.
and I bought 2 of them, so I can either keep the 2, or if someone would like to carry some. We're running away, and we don't want people to follow us. Kind of
So
things to throw.
So these aren't really caltrops. They're gonna work the same way. What you actually found was like the wiring that you would put on barbed wire, the twist. They're just shaped like caltrops because I can't see why this town, anyone here, would have caltrops. But I did say under 25 gold, so you found a substitute.
Does anyone want it? I'll throw it in the party sheet.
Oh no, you can hold on to it.
You also have an oil flask.
I can hold the flask. Why not? We like to just.
And if you're offering that out loud, Rhodey, he'll be like, I'll take them.
Damn.
I also have Toady carrying a water skin for us. And I'll probably have him carry some rations. Because I literally can't carry much of anything. I can only carry like 40 pounds, and that's it.
Remember, they're goblins. They only have an 8 strength, so they can only carry about the same.
Yeah.
Good old Vin can pack the most out of any of us. Don't worry. Next
Luckily-
shopping spree, pack animals.
Luckily, they're not
donkeys
wearing
up in his
armor,
house.
so
Uh, I thought they did have armor. I thought we found them some armor.
I think it was leather though, so it's really light.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're wearing leather.
So we crash in the front gate, or trying to slip in through the back door.
I mean, we can go through the back door, I guess, because technically we just have to get to the glass dude, and that's it, right? Yeah.
How well can we make ourselves look like red brands?
I do have a disguise kit
Hmm.
and costume clothes as well.
So, Rhodey is wearing the shirt that he took off one of the red brands. That's really just a red cloak. And you recall that all of them had some version of this. And it has hoods.
Interesting.
So we're gonna need to find some of these red cloaked hoods. Excellent.
I mean, we can go check out the Sleeping Giant just to see if they have, I don't know, a uniform closet.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, back to the scene of the
Well,
event.
everyone knows what we did. It's not like returning is going to get us arrested.
All right. So if you head back over to the Sleeping Giant, nobody's there. It's very quiet. You see some of the kids playing out in front. You see Carp. He sees all of you. As soon as he sees guitarist, he kind of like kicks the dirt, looks down, like does a circle with his toes, and then waves at her.
Oh God.
The other kids just kind of laugh and make fun of him and then run off, and he smiles and chases off after them. But the Sleeping Giant is quiet, eerily quiet.
Just going to look inside, see if they have any red cloaks about.
Okay.
Any extras.
So you look around looking to see if there's any cloaks. You do not. You see one is hanging on a peg hook.
All right, well, there's one, I guess.
Do you have like stilts in your disguise kit?
I just look at her I'm like, what are you trying to say?
Oh no, I was just thinking about how the other red cloaks are all male humans.
No, there's not stilts in the disguise. I don't believe there's still disguise kit.
I mean, I'm not trying to be that person, but I'm also going to be that person to point that out.
Comes in disguise kit. I doubt stilts is in there. I'm just now curious on what actually comes.
Or
There's
shoes
no
with
stilts.
for platforms.
Yeah.
There's definitely no stilts. That's just mean.
Just saying. What? What? I'm just trying to be more pragmatic. I mean, I don't want to send the Fabio by
It's
himself, but
cosmetics, hair dye, and small props that let you create a disguise. So I would not qualify stilts as a small prop.
No.
so how are we going? So are we gonna just dress up Fabio? Because according to Charlie, they don't see a lot of females in the red brands.
What if
Uh-huh.
you get like Rhodey, Toady, and Drummer all like sitting on two of them sitting on the other's shoulders, and we like get them a long cloak, and that way it's the feet of Toady and his big boots, and the head of Drummer, and then just the rest of it is cloak.
So they're each 3 feet tall. And even though they're sitting on each other's and you eliminate the legs, they would still be well over like close to 7 feet.
Very tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little too tall.
If you did all 3 of them.
They'll be the leader. They are the Uber Red brand member.
So you're going to stack the goblins and the halflings to make one individual. Okay.
This can't go wrong.
Who's carrying them? Like, who's going to be on the bottom?
From what he said, wouldn't it be Rhodey? Rhodey's the one with the shoes, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has the boots.
Whatever one has the boots, yeah.
So, Rhodey has the boots because Rhodey rode street boots. That's how I remembered. So, Rhodey has the boots. Remember, Rhodey has an 8 strength. He has to carry a goblin wearing leather armor, carrying a backpack, and Drummer.
A halfling wearing a backpack. I would exceed between what I'm carrying and my weight would exceed what
Right.
one of them could probably carry.
So it's going to be a struggle just for the, and then he's also wearing ill-fitting shoes. I'm just saying, sounds like an interesting plan, but I don't see it working too well. Your lowest character is not strong enough. Now, if Drummer was carrying them, you might have a better chance. Drummer has, I think, a 13 strength, doesn't he?
Now you're asking the tough questions.
You don't
No,
know.
we all have an 8th strength.
You have an 8 strength too? Yeah, y'all are screwed. This is not a good plan. I thought you had a
I was gonna
13.
say, if it could even be remotely close, would be funny. Is I could cast Unseen Servant, and the Unseen Servant could operate the arms. Since by ratio, all of our arms are way too short.
Wait, how much can the unseen servant carry?
Only
It
like
has a
10
strength of like
pounds.
2.
Yeah,
It has less strength than all of us.
yeah, it's like 10 pounds. Now, so
Well, what if we did the unseen servant in the red cloak? Dress him up, put like a hat to kind of cover the non-seenable face, but he's bringing us in like prisoners.
They can't talk, so if they tried to talk to it, it wouldn't.
so the cloaks, the scarlet cloak that you have, it's like a cape.
Uh-huh.
So it
Is a
doesn't
cape 10 pounds?
no. It doesn't go all the way to their feet. It's kind of just like below the thigh, like
Uh-huh.
behind their knee. So you would have to figure out how to like address the 2 feet from the
Oh.
bottom of the cape to the floor.
I got
Fabio
this.
has like 10 outfits.
This is a change
Also,
of management.
an unseen servant is not a humanoid. It's just a force, but I guess you could try that. Yes.
This change of management, the new person bringing us that they just captured on their way here to relieve Glassstaff is known as Glass Legs. His legs are see-through, hence Glass Legs. And it sticks with the naming convention. And he's even higher up because Glassstaff is only like one object. This 2 legs that are glass, so they'll just immediately believe it.
Okay. I think the stacking
Yeah,
of the goblins was a better plan, but okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that logic or wisdom. Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be. We would have to probably make so many checks to do this 3 high stack.
So I would actually have to do the math. The max carry for age strength, I think, is 80 pounds. No.
Maximum's 120.
Yeah, it's 120. It's 15. So 120 pounds. Basically, the person at the bottom is just pretty much teetering at max. So he's going to only be able to move really, really slow, 5-10 feet at most. And if he's going to have to constantly check to see if he doesn't tumble and drop everybody he's carrying.
We have enough bardic inspiration for that.
I mean, again, you can try it. Now, as far as dressing up the unseen servant, and you just put a cloak on him, unseen servant's not a humanoid. It's just a force that does whatever you tell it to do. So if like you tell it to wash dishes, the force will lift up the dish, put a sponge on it, and then put the dish wherever. Can you get it to hold clothes in place? Yes, as long as the clothes don't exceed 10 pounds.
Or do we just go in with our winning personality?
It's worked for us thus far.
True.
Well, it looks like you're going to have 2 weeks to think about it because it is almost 12 o'clock.
That's fair.
So
What? We ran out the clock?
you're not going to start this
A little
little
bit.
adventure. But yeah, you have time. So use the Discord, discuss it, figure out what you want to do. and then we'll pick up with whatever plan you've come up with next time.
I'm
If you
sure it'll
want,
work
we
out.
could oh yeah, no. Definitely need to work that up over the Discord.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other ideas I have for you guys that will just, drive Havoc crazy.
Ain't gonna drive me crazy. I'll work it out. Either way, I just think some of them are hilarious. Like, you want to do what? Okay. uh,
5 nobles in a trench coat.
I think the stacking them is hilarious. I just wish they were strong enough. That's why I was hoping Drummer was strong enough so he could be at the bottom.
Dexterous and charming, not.
I know, you disappoint me.
How common are centaurs?
They're not, like, everybody knows what they are, but you got to be kind of special to meet them. Like, if you hung out with elves in forest, you probably would have run into one, but they're not really walking into towns.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody would know what one is.
We get one of the oxen. We set Drummer on top of the oxen's head. We put the cloak over him, and he just goes full centaur.
Oh boy.
That handles your strength issue.
It also, believe it or not, switching from goblins to that somehow makes it so we have absolutely even less control over the situation.
Full in a china shop.
'Cause now
Nothing's
it's
gonna go wrong.
Because now it's
That's
an
animal
oxen.
handling.
Mhm.
Oh God.
I love it. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks watching all the
Yeah, if you
ideas.
ever put me on the head, you can say it's an oxymoron.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Seriously.
He can't help it. He can't help it, I'm telling you.
I think we can do it between speak with animals, animal friendship, and a whole lot of, I'm working on my animal handling
Hopes
rules.
and prayers.
Yeah.
Is he active, Fury?
So he's streaming right now a homebrew campaign.
I think we could do that. All right, everyone.
Thank you, Havoc, for the session. Appreciate it.
Oh, it was so much fun. Thank you guys for being you guys. And all you lurkers, thank you for coming by. It's much appreciated. We're gonna head into Severin's homebrew campaign right now.
Fence for 77 homebrew.
Yes, I'm trying to get to the thing because raid channel, and I have to pick it. Oh, good, it's already there because we did it before. All right, so thank you all. We'll see you in 2 weeks. There might be some streams during the week, but the next session of the musical is in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how long that's going to take, but
It has a countdown.
yes.
Yeah. But I mean, it has a countdown for you too, and you can actually make it go faster.
Yeah, you can click right now.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
I am going to do that. And then we have to go over to this channel and remember to stop the stream here.
As we learned, it records after stuff.
Yes, we ended up talking for an extra 15 minutes in the channel. It was hilarious.